everyone, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bilikis. In today's class, we'll be learning how to make this overlap or crisscross collar BUBU top, which could also pass for a dress, okay, depending on your preference. And I'll be making use of this taffeta fabric I have. I've had it quite some time. So this is 2 yards of fabric, then a little different shade of 1 yard, just to let you know what I'm using. And note, it comes by 60, not 45. Okay, so it's going to go a long way. Now to get started, the first measurement you need is you take the measurement from your backbone. So I'm making use of this miniature mannequin. So from this point, you take the measurement straight to over your arm, wherever you want it to stop. So for me, I want it to be about 19. So with seam allowance, I'll just make it 20 inches. So once you note that, we can now start drafting. You can do this directly on your fabric, trust me, but I just want you to see everything I'm doing. Then the length is 32 inches. So plus seam allowance, I'll just make it 33 inches, which is what I have here. And you see that? So the next thing we are going to do is 3 inches for the neckline, because you want the collar as close as possible. So by the time we take half an inch, it becomes like 3.5, which is just okay for all sizes. So first, the 3 inches mark point. Then the measurement I asked you to take, which is 19 inches for me, but with seam allowance, I made it 20 inches. And then mark a point at that part. Then for the shoulder slope, come down by 1 inch. So at that point, connect straight to the 3 inches measurement. And once you are done with that, the next thing is to work on the sleeve opening. So for the sleeve opening, I want it to be like 11 inches. So I'm going to add seam allowance of half an inch at this upper part. So just half an inch here. So I'll just make it 11.5. So 11.5, you can see. So I like just slightly moving it in this way. Instead of putting it straight, just tilt it a little bit and mark that point. So that is 11 inches. So just come in a little. Don't forget to note this point. Okay. So that is our sleeve opening. So the next thing now is to take the measurement of the bodies. So here you make use of your hip circumference, which is the largest. So my hip is 48 divided by 4. That's going to give me 12 inches. So I'll just add his of maybe 1 inch or 2 if you want. But for me, I'll just make it 1 inch to make it 13. Then seam allowance of 1 inch to make it 14. So that's it here. Then I'll come to the end of the pattern paper, measure 14. Then connect in a straight line. You don't want it too big, please, because all the crisscross or overlap is already making it bogus. So once this is done, the next thing is to just blend from this part into this part. So you could just use your free hand. Okay, you can just use your free hand. So you could still make it deeper if you want, like the sleeve to, so it depends on your preference. Just link it up. So that is it on the pattern. So I'm just going to cut it out. Now for the neckline, what I'm going to do is to go in by ½ inch. So I'm just doing ½ an inch or 3/4. The reason is that by the time we take the ½ an inch seam allowance, is going to go over to be 1, okay? But you can just make it 1, 2, or 3/4, however you want it. So this is for the back. And then I'm just going to add ½ an inch here. So I've added the ½ an inch seam allowance. So the next thing is for me to cut it all out. Right now I've cut it all out, okay? So this is what the pattern looks like. So what I will do now is to fold the 2 yards and then cut out the back first and see if I can still have enough to cut the front. So here now I have the 2 yards. So here I have 1 yard, 1 yard. So I folded it into 2. Hope you know that. Then here I have by 60, So this is the folded part and this is the open part. Okay, so now I'm going to place this fabric, the pattern this way. This is it. I'm just going to place it this way. Okay, and then I'm going to pin it down. Then extend this straight line, this lower part, I'm going to extend it straight to the end of the 60 inches so that we can now cut out the collar. Right now I've pinned the pattern on the fabric. So what I did is to cut out the side. So I've cut out all the side. So what I will do now is to cut the remaining one here. So here I just folded it. I did nothing much here. So it's like this. So at this point of the neckline, I just folded it a little bit and then put a pin there. Okay. So while it's flat, I'm just going to cut the shoulder area to that point. So just hope you can see. So when I get here, so I'm just going to notch that 1/2 inch seam allowance. Good. So after doing that, the next thing I will do now is to come to the lower part. So I've moved it. So this is the excess I have left. So now let us take the measurement from the beginning here. So here I have about 36 inches. So you see this excess we want to cut now is the one that will now serve. We are going to fold it back upward and then form it as a collar around the back region to the front. So you will need the length of this top and a little bit at the back. But remember, in the middle of the top, you want it to go up. By the time you form the overlap, the middle goes up. So that is why you can just use the length of this top plus about 1 inch for the seam allowance at the collar at the back. Okay. So now, since it is 33, so we are still going to hem the lower part. Okay, 33 plus extra 1, so 34. So I'm just going to measure from here and mark 34. So this is 34. So it goes straight down. So how do we now get the amount of fabric to bring up? That will determine the height of your collar. I want the height of my collar to be 5 inches. So on fold, that will be 10. Then because we will be hemming the lower part and then hemming this upper part, so that will be 1 inch on both sides, total up to 12. So what do I now do? I'm going to extend this lower part of the top, the hem, straight down. Make sure it is straight with your ruler. So which is what I have marked here. You can see the blue line straight down. Now the 12 inches, you mark from that point. From here to here, this is the 12 inches. So you mark it straight from here straight down. So it doesn't need to get down. So how do we now go about the curve? So just watch. So here now I stop about, that's about 10 inches. Okay. So from here, since I folded it, you are just going to make just a normal. So there's no particular measurement here because it's a collar. So you can use your neck depth, fine, but just, can you see? You don't want too much fabric here so that it doesn't puff somehow. So that is why I'm taking my time this way. So this is what I have. So this is what it looks like. Then I'm going to cut it out. So this remaining fabric here I have here, because this is on fold, I can use it to cut out the back if it is enough. So I think I should still be able to use this. So I hope you can see what it now looks like. Straight down. So right now I've cut it all out. So this is what it looks like. So when you remove this, so this is what you will have. So this is coming this way. So just make sure you mark the right and the wrong. So you have two separate pieces for the front. So now for the back, all I have to do now is the remaining fabric. And then I'll have to check if this is going to be enough. Can you see it is in? Right now I'm done cutting the back, so opening it up, this is what it looks like. So what I'm now going to do is to first join by the shoulder. So this is the first one here. Then I'm going to place the second one too, and I'm going to join by the shoulders. So this is it. So I'm going to join by the shoulders here. After that, then I will hem the sleeve opening. After that, I will sew up the sides. Okay. Once that is done, I'm going to hem the lower part. Everything is now one, so I'm going to hem the lower part. So you can see I've successfully used just 2 yards of fabric by the length of 60 to cut this all out. So first the shoulder, the sleeve opening, and then the side. So this is it. And don't forget, at this curved part, make sure you notch it so that it's going to relax very well this way. So what the next thing I did is to just overlock all these raw edges, okay, because we are still going to leave some open, so you want it neatly done. So what am I going to do now? The next thing is this is it. I'm going to bring this way, then take this very one and bring it this way. Okay, this is the right side. From your sewing you will know. Then I'm going to place it this way. So I have wrong side here, and take half an inch to seal it up before we join our collar. I've sewn the half an inch, and this is what it looks like. Just press it open. Everything is still unfold the way we have it, just this. So the next thing you are going to do now is to now fold it this way. Just fold it on each corner. So this is the collar. And how do you do that? Okay, let me move it downward. So as I've said, it was like this before, okay? Just make sure you close it up this way. So matching at that point, this is the collar. How do you now do that? You want to have your collar this way. So just take it, because this is the wrong side inside. Take it this way, bring it out this way. It's something you can do. You'll figure it out. Then match it up. So this is the wrong side. Then you pin it. So looking at it, you're already getting an idea. The next thing is to keep taking the folded part of the collar. Since you've pinned this, you can always trace it out. So just keep tracing it. So this is the two parts. This is now the neckline here. So you keep pinning it all down. So you just sew it up till around your bust or bust points. So as far as you can sew it. So anywhere you stop, you can just leave it. That's because we have overlocked it to give it a good finishing. So just sew it further as much as you can. So can you see? Then after pinning it down, I'll come back to this area, take the collar, just keep following it once you pin here. So then the neckline, match it up, and then just sew it as far as you can sew it up, and the top is ready. Trust me, it is just very easy to make. So this is it. Let me quickly go and sew it, and you can see the collar forming. Guys, I've sewn the top. So looking at it on the inside, I've sewn it. So I just sew it like measurement of under my bust. So this is what it looks like. So now we still have these raw edges, although we've overlocked it hanging. How do you go about that? That's what I want to tell you now. So pull it up, come this way. At this part now, where the lower part folds up to the collar, you just bring it on this side, pin it up. So this is what it looks like. Can you see? So make sure it is straight this way, then you pin it down, and then you just sew in about 2 inches. So once you sew that in, it will make the raw edge stays inside. That's very important. Then you come to this side too, looking at where it folded. This is it, but this is the right side. You now take it back to the wrong side. Make sure you smoothen it out to be straight, pin it down, then you sew in 2 inches to just 2 inches, and then leave it because it is crisscross. Okay, so even looking at it while I pin it, you can see that is secured. Now when you want to give this top a trace, you open up the collar this way. Make sure all the seam allowance goes inside. So you iron this way, and then you open it up, the collar. This is how it's going to sit. So So can you see the collar at the back stays this way? Then make sure the seam allowance go in again. You can rewatch this part. You rewind and watch it. So again, you open this up and you see how beautiful it comes out. So this is how it looks. I'm going to put it on for you to see how it looks. And guys, this is the outcome of the top. You can see it's so beautiful. I didn't even pin it, but it's still looking so good and stable. I made use of a taffeta fabric, okay? So that is how it looks. If you like this tutorial, please make sure you give me a giant thumbs up, share with your family and friends. I remain your girl, Bilikis.